Let's head across now and find Tim Barter, because alongside him is the champion golfer of the year.
Scottie, many, many congratulations. Thanks so much for coming to join us at the Sky Kart. We're just going to go through some of the key moments of your day. First hole, obviously out there with a 4-shot lead to start with. How are you feeling emotionally at that stage? Players have told me in the past that they feel tremendous pressure with a big lead because it's theirs to lose. They feel like they're expected to win. How was it for you?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's obviously pressure there, and you're nervous standing on the first tee, but I think nerves are a good thing. It shows, that you care, and, it should help, kind of bring the best out of you. And, I was excited for the day. I knew it was going to be a challenging day. It's not easy to win major championships, and hit a decent tee shot there up the left, but then hit a really good approach shot in there.
I was going to say, Hatong Lee, your closest competitor, hit one into about 5 feet, a statement of intent. Describe this second shot for us from your point of view, because
I got
even closer.
I got a decent line in the rough. That was a point of emphasis for me this year, was getting used to the grass and getting used to the rough, and sometimes the breaks go your way, and that was a shot where if it was more on line, it maybe 15, 20 feet, but got out there to the right and was able to use the slope to bring it in there nice and close.
Used the slope again at the 4th hole. Going to see your second shot to that one. By this stage, your lead is going from 4 at the start to 7 with the birdie that you made at the 4th. So just describe that second shot for us.
Yeah, I would say the second shot, I probably used the slope a little bit more on purpose there. I knew there was a little room to the right there, and it was a pin I could be aggressive with, and was able to hit a really nice shot in there and hold a nice putt as well for birdie.
The fact that you've gone from 4 to 7 ahead, are you aware of that? Does it in any way affect your thinking or your tactics?
It definitely didn't affect my thinking, but I was aware of the lead at the time, but it's not going to change the way I play on the 4th hole. It's 18 holes of golf, and it's a long day, and a lot can happen. So I was just doing my best to stay focused and try and execute.
You hold a fantastic par putt at the 6th. You hold another one at the 7th, which we're going to see. 2 years ago, you were 150th in strokes gained putting. This week, you were number 1 by a long margin. How have you turned a weakness into a strength?
I mean, I've done a lot of work with Phil Kenyon over the last couple of years, and Phil's been tremendous for me. And he's a great coach, and he's a great friend as well. And we made some serious progress, and feels like we've got another weapon in the bag. And growing up, I was always a really good putter. I just had a couple of years out here on tour where I wasn't putting, up to where I felt like I could. And Phil's kind of helped me with some direction, and helped me feel good over the ball again.
You gave them some hope with a double bogey at 8. You proved you were human. We all thought you were just going to blitz your way through this. Having done that, how important was the birdie at 9 to re-establish the momentum? Yeah,
like you said, it was extremely important. I feel like one of my greatest strengths is being able to reset like that, and it was kind of a silly mistake there on 9 or on 8. Got a little greedy, just tried to get too much out of that bunker for not really that much of a good reason. But Teddy kind of snapped me back in, and we did a good job bouncing back there at the 9th.
Obviously, you held them at arm's length all the way through the back 9, and you get to take what is called the greatest walk in golf, as we see it on the screen here. Just describe this experience from your point of view.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty special feeling being able to walk up that 18th hole, knowing the tournament's kind of in hand, and got a great reception from the crowd there walking up the 18th, and it's a pretty cool feeling.
I'm sure you've seen it on TV, other people doing it. How did it compare to your expectation?
Yeah, I mean, you've definitely seen that walk before, and it's tough to describe what that feels like, but a lot of gratitude, a lot of thankfulness. It was a long week and a challenging week as well, but we're fortunate to be heading home with the trophy.
Emotional moment?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's I've worked my whole life to be able to have a chance to win this golf tournament, and really just even play in this golf tournament. So to be able to kind of tap in there on 18 and have the tournament won is pretty cool.
And have your family standing close by. Bennett also there to support you, so extremely special moments with your family, I'm sure.
Yeah, very special moments. My wife's been my best friend since high school, and she's my biggest supporter, and to be able to celebrate this win with her and my son it really is hard to put into words. I don't know how to describe it, but it's pretty special.
Scottie, many, many congratulations on a fantastic win. Just one final question, 3/4 of the way to the Grand Slam. How important would it be? What would it mean to you to join the club of 6 that Rory's just joined recently? Yeah, I mean, it would obviously be very cool, but that's not what motivates me at the end of the day. I'm just trying to get the most out of myself, and looking forward to the challenge of continuing to play professional golf. And every week is different, and this week I was the best player, but the beauty is we got to tee it up in Memphis again in a couple of weeks, and we start all over back at even par. Many, many congratulations. Just pick up that little Claret Jug for me. Have a little look at the names on it. And just absorb it. You thoroughly deserve it. Fantastic champion. Well done. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Oh, it's too much. Well done, Tim. Well done, Scottie. It just makes it so normal, and it's not, Scottie. It is not normal to be that good. Yeah, that's where it's going right there. Fantastic. You know what? It's television is there, I think, in professional sports to inspire and entertain. And so often, though, youngsters watching find that inspiration that drives them to one day make that walk. One day, like Scottie nodded to it there. And yet, so often we hear from the guys who are out there making that walk, of which you two have done it. You as a four-time major champion, you as a major champion as well, Rich. It's about almost taking some of the emotion out of it. Is he the best you've ever seen at normalising something that, because the emotion can sometimes get in the way of performance. Is that one of his strengths, that he does this on purpose?
It's his superpower. Absolutely. I think he's on par with Tiger Woods in the same vein. I just look at those two, and they just don't let any of the outside world affect them when they're inside the ropes, when they're in the moment. And that's a very unique trait to have, and it's only reserved for the best in the game.
It is indeed. Okay, let's look forward. Scottie just did there as well. He didn't give a lot away. Of course, he didn't give a lot away. But we should get excited, should we not? Because we've had a brilliant year in the majors. You look at how they've unfolded throughout. I mean, JJ, the putt across the green. JJ, sure, he will be the underdog of the major champions we've seen. But what a way to win the US Open. And then obviously you've got Scottie, dominant form on the back of Rory stealing the show. No thanks, I'll have that back. Thank you very much, Scottie Scheffler. But Rory, really, you'd have to say, in terms of meaning, the most meaning, the Masters, because he became the sixth man after a good while since Tiger Woods entered the Grand Slam club. He's won all four, and that's what this has culminated in this week. And Scheffler, again, the world #1, has delivered here. 2 majors to his name. Hard to back these up next year. There's a good old wait. It's well over 200 days, 260, I think, until we get to the Masters next year. How do you think this is going to unfold? How do you think this is going to drive the competition forward as we move into next year, where Scottie gets his crack of the whip to make it the 7th man to join the Grand Slam club?
Well, if what we're seeing unfolding in front of our eyes is anything to go by, he'll take it in his stride. He'll get it done earlier, rather than poor old Rory took such a long time, and he was being tortured by it. I don't think Scottie will want that. He'll have seen the effect that had on Rory, and you know, you can't see things will change at some point, and he won't be that player. But I can't see the end of it for a very long time to come. So I see more success for Scottie next year. I think going to Birkdale, I think that course really suits him. Not that many don't suit him, but Birkdale, of all the courses, I think Scottie, his precision golf round there will be so good. So yeah, I don't see an end to it for a long, long time from him.
The mark you leave on the game, Rich, isn't just about the tournaments you win. It's about the way you do it, the way you conduct yourself, the character that you were within the sport. Think of guys like Seve, think about the mark he left on the game. Rory and Scottie are very different, but do you feel like in terms of achievement, it's highly likely that Scottie leaves a bigger mark in this game than Rory McIlroy?
I do, but I think it's just more about the way he goes about it, is that you don't have to be a superstar and feel like go out there and hit the heroic shots all the time. You can go out there and just be precision. You can go out there and just pick the golf course apart and just surgically bring it to its knees. And so I think it's going to be I think when kids look at Scottie Scheffler, like, I want to be a perfectionist in ball striking like he is. Maybe not swing-wise, certainly not footwork, but I want to be a perfectionist in scoring like Scottie Scheffler is.
Guys, thank you so much for your company. It's always a pleasure to share this platform with you. We're a little away from where we used to spend our time. You a lot more than me, and you too, to be fair. But I just love being able to be here so close to the action, because it's history. No matter who wins, where we stand right here, we're up against the green at Royal Portrush, where someone's just won the Open Championship, the oldest of championships. It stands for so much. It's everything a little boy dreams of, one day getting out there and having a chance to win, to hoist the Claret Jug, just like Scottie Scheffler. And we found the perfect champion. Formidable, relentless, inevitable. Everything the champion golfer of the year should be. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.